Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to lecture number 13 of the course of macroeconomics. पहले की तरह we will spend few minutes to revise in the previous lecture और उसके बाद आज का लेक्चर शुरू करेंगे। जैसा कि आपको मालूम है, हमने we started a new topic under macroeconomics and that was the open economy. तो जब ओपन इकोनॉमी की बात करते हैं, जैसे कि आपको इल्म है, सो बाय ओपन इकोनॉमी मींस द कंट्रीज व्हिच आर इन्वॉल्व्ड इन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, द एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज बिटवीन द कंट्रीज. सो that's basically the open economy. As you know that if we talk about Pakistan specifically, here we use the car made by Japan, we use the car made by Germans, Americans, so we are using goods made by different countries, so we need to exchange goods and services between the countries. So open economy or international trade or international economics is an important parameter or aspect in the macroeconomics. तो इसमें हमने देखा we have re-establish our national income account identity. तो जिसकी दो sides basically हमने बात की थी. On the first side we have talked about the net exports. Net exports की जब आप बात करते हैं तो we need to look into the exports of the country and on the other side of the imports of the country, because the net exports are the difference between exports and imports. So net exports is equal to exports minus imports of the country, right? So it depends, and this the difference between exports and imports, which is equal to the net exports of the country, is also known as the trade balance or the trade balance of the country, of the economy. Now if exports, अगर exports ज़्यादा होती है imports से, the country's trade balance is in surplus, and if exports are less than imports, then the country trade balance is in deficit, means you are exporting less, importing more, so the difference between exports and imports leads to a deficit in the economy. So this was the one side of the equation where we have determined trade balance. Then उसके बाद हमने बात की, we said that in case of a closed economy, in the national income account identity was y is equal to c plus I plus g. If we include the net exports component in this equation, so that will become the national account identity in case of open economy, right? So y is equal to c plus I plus g plus nx. Now here in this equation जो हमने बात की थी last time, if you remember, पिछले लेक्चर में हमने कहा था जो consumption है, consumption has two parts. One is the domestic consumption, the other is foreign consumption. उसके बाद हमने investment की बात की. Again it has two parts, domestic investment, foreign investment. उसके बाद हमने बात की government spending की. Government spending also has two parts. One is the spending on domestic expenditure of the government and spending on foreign goods, right? And then annex. So if we add up all these things, this gives us the national income account identity in case of an open economy. उसके बाद हमने दूसरी साइड की बात की थी लास्ट लेक्चर में. इफ यू रिमेंबर, वी टॉक्ड अबाउट द कैपिटल मार्केट ऑफ द ओपन इकोनॉमी, एंड जहाँ पे हमने वी हैव डिटरमिन्ड द नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो ऑफ द कंट्री ऑफ द इकोनॉमी. और हमने ये कहा, हमने डिटरमिन किया कि नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो इज इक्वल टू purchases of foreign assets minus foreign assets, foreign purchases by of the country's assets. So the difference between the purchases of foreign assets and foreign purchase of the domestic assets is the net capital outflow of an economy. In other words, हम ये भी कह सकते हैं, हमने ये भी कहा, हमने देखा कि net capital outflow is equal to saving minus investment. Now, if savings are more than investment, the country is net lender. We are lending to the other countries, to the foreign countries. If savings are less than investment, then the country is net borrowers. We are borrowing the money from other countries, right? So the difference between saving and investment is also known as the net capital outflow of the economy. उसके बाद अगर आपको याद होगा तो हमने इन दोनों साइड्स को कंबाइन किया ओपन मार्केट को, एंड वी कम अप द फाइनल नेशनल इनकम आइडेंटिटी इन द ओपन मार्केट. हमने ये कहा दीज टू basically markets are the two sides of the same coin, right? So on one side we have the net exports, on the other side we have the net capital outflow, right? So in दोनों को जब हम मिलाएंगे तो we'll get that NX is equal to savings minus investment, right? So this is the final national income account identity in case of open economy, तो जिसका हमने पिछली क्लास में जिक्र किया था एंड यहाँ पे हमने इसको ख़त्म किया था. So in the last class we have seen the 4 experiments also. What will happen to the exports, net exports, saving, investment को क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा, capital outflow, inflow पे क्या फ़र्क पड़ेगा if there is a change in the domestic fiscal policy, if there is a change in the international fiscal policy, if there is a change in the savings or investment in the economy, if there is a change in investment demand in the economy. So we have seen and discussed different experiments and have also observed the effects of those experiments on exports, imports, saving, investment in the economy. So that was all about the previous lecture. Now we'll continue with the open economy in today's class. आज की क्लास में हम उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे, आगे चलाएंगे. तो आपने ज़हन में ये रखना है कि जो आपकी नेशनल इनकम अकाउंट आइडेंटिटी है इनकी सब ओपन इकोनॉमी, दैट इज़ investment, that's NX is equal to S minus I, saving minus investment. Net exports is equal to net capital outflow of the economy. तो ये याद रखिएगा, आज के लेक्चर में हम इसको यूज़ करेंगे. तो जैसा कि मैंने कहा आज के लेक्चर की तरफ चलते हैं और उसी कॉन्सेप्ट को, ओपन इकोनॉमी कॉन्सेप्ट को आगे की तरफ बढ़ाते हैं. What we are going to learn today, open economy, lecture number 2 is of the same concept, same topic. Outline what we are going to discuss, what we are planning to learn in today's class. आज हम कोशिश करेंगे सीखने की एक्सचेंज रेट. व्हाट इज़ एक्सचेंज रेट? यहाँ पे हम बात करेंगे नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट की, यहाँ पे बात करेंगे हम रियल एक्सचेंज रेट की, और दोनों को रिलेट भी करेंगे आपस में, दोनों को किस तरह से रिलेशन बनता है, डिफरेंस दोनों में क्या है, एंड हाउ कंट्रीज डिटरमिन्स देयर एक्सचेंज रेट्स, उसकी भी बात करेंगे, किस तरह से डिटर्मिनेशंस होती है, व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स दैट डिटरमिन्स द एक्सचेंज रेट of an economy. So we'll try to learn about the exchange rate in today's class. आज हम सीखने की कोशिश करेंगे एक्सचेंज रेट क्या होता है, नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट क्या है, रियल एक्सचेंज रेट क्या है, हाउ वी डिटरमिन द नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट इन एन इकोनॉमी, किस तरह से इसको डिटरमिन किया जा सकता है. तो इन चीज़ों पे आज के लेक्चर में हम बात करेंगे. उसके बाद जैसे पिछली क्लास की तरह, जैसे कि हमने 4 एक्सपेरिमेंट्स का इफेक्ट देखा on exports and imports as well as on net capital outflow, तो आज भी हम उसको दोबारा will try to see how those 4 experiments affect the exchange rates of different countries. Exchange rate policy को किस तरह affect कर सकते हैं. And then finally हम बात करेंगे important concepts की which is used in the international market, which is about the purchasing power parity. उस पे हम बात करेंगे. तो ये 3 चीज़ें हैं जो हम आज की क्लास में सीखेंगे, जिनके बारे में पढ़ेंगे और कोशिश करेंगे कि क्या concepts हैं, how we can proceed it further. Now we'll start with the first part of today's class. As I mentioned that हम आज की क्लास में exchange rate के बारे में सीखेंगे. So there are 2 types of exchange rates. One is the nominal exchange rate, the other is real exchange rate. Now as far as nominal exchange rate is concerned, nominal exchange rate is defined as the relative price of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency, right? So when you measure the price of a currency in terms of other currency, is known as the nominal exchange rate. So in simple terms, price of one currency in terms of other currency is known as the nominal exchange rate. तो जब भी कभी आप सुनते हैं, आपके सामने जिक्र किया जाता है, आप पढ़ते हैं कि या कि US dollar जो $1 is equal to 95, 96, 97 rupees. So that is basically the price of US dollar in terms of Pakistani rupees. So the price of rupees in terms of dollar, which is a foreign currency. So the price of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency is known as the nominal exchange rate. यहाँ पे जैसे कि आपको नज़र आ रहा है, if we talk about yen per dollar, so यहाँ पे basically US economy को आज के लेक्चर में प्लीज़ ये ज़हन रखिएगा, US economy or US country is the domestic country and we compare it with the Japanese economy, which is the currency of Japanese economy is yen. So ये ज़हन में रखिएगा. तो आज की पूरी क्लास में हम आपने ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट भी हम लर्न करेंगे, वहाँ हम बात करेंगे डोमेस्टिक इकोनॉमी की. डोमेस्टिक इकोनॉमी विच इज़ US here and then the foreign country is Japan. US की जो करेंसी है दैट इज़ डॉलर, जापान की जो करेंसी है येन. सो येन पर डॉलर जब हम मेजर करते हैं, जब येन को कन्वर्ट करते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ डॉलर, सो दैट बेसिकली टेल्स अस द एक्सचेंज रेट बिटवीन द 2 करेंसीज. और इस एक्सचेंज रेट को कहा जाता है नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट. एंड द अदर टाइप ऑफ एक्सचेंज रेट इज द अदर type of exchange rate is the real exchange rate. Now real exchange rate basically is the relative price of domestic goods in terms of foreign goods, right? तो जब आप domestic goods की price को compare करते हैं, relate करते हैं with the price of same goods in the foreign in the foreign country, so that basically tells us or gave us the real exchange rate, right? जब आप goods की prices को compare करते हैं between the countries, between the 2 countries, so that is basically the real exchange rate. Suppose if we talk about Japanese Big Macs per US Big Mac, how much is the price of Japanese Big Mac per US Big Mac? So if we compare the price of 2 goods, price of goods between the 2 countries, so that basically gave us the real exchange rate. So real exchange rate basically is the relative price of the domestic goods in terms of foreign goods. तो दोनों में फ़र्क क्या हुआ नॉमिनल और रियल में? तो नॉमिनल में हमने कहा नॉमिनल एक्सचेंज रेट इज द relative price of domestic currency in terms of foreign currency, whereas real exchange rate is the relative price of domestic goods in terms of foreign goods, right? So this is the major difference between these 2 exchange rates, between the nominal exchange rate and the real exchange rate. इसी को बढ़ाते हैं, मज़ीद अंडरस्टैंड करते हैं इस कॉन्सेप्ट को, रियल एक्सचेंज रेट के कॉन्सेप्ट को. जैसा कि एज पर डेफिनेशन real exchange rate is E small e, this capital E is equal to E into P over P star, where P is the nominal exchange rate yen per US dollar into dollar per unit US goods, the price of US goods, because US, as I told you that here in today's class, US is the domestic or the local country. So P dollar per unit is the US goods, and then P star is the yen per unit Japanese goods, right? So it's the relative price of Japanese goods, is the price of Japanese goods. It can also be written as yen per unit US goods divided by yen per unit Japanese goods, right? So now you are measuring US good in terms of yen, and you are measuring Japanese good in terms of yen, right? Because then you can compare the relative price of goods between the two countries. It can be further written as units of Japanese goods divided by per unit of US goods. The relative price of Japanese goods in terms of the price of US goods, because nominal real exchange rate is defined as the relative price of domestic goods in terms of foreign goods. So from this equation, from this स्टेटमेंट हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो रियल एक्सचेंज रेट है वो बराबर होता है यूनिट्स ऑफ जापानीज गुड विच इज ए फॉरेन कंट्री डिवाइडेड बाय पर यूनिट ऑफ US goods is also known as the real exchange rate in the economy. We'll continue and try to learn more about these concepts of exchange rates and try to differentiate between the nominal and real exchange rate. E, which is the real exchange rate in the real world, we'll talk about now. We'll talk about the real exchange rate in real words and in our model. So if we talk about the real exchange in the real world, then we can think of E as the relative price of basket of goods in terms of basket of foreign goods. So if we talk about real world, दुनिया की बात करें, what is happening practically, दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है, तो उसमें हम ये कहते हैं कि जो real exchange rate है basically is the relative price of a basket of domestic goods in terms of a basket of foreign goods. तो basket means, जैसा कि हमने inflation में पढ़ा था, हमने देखा था कि basket जो है is a set of commodities, is a bundle of commodities, right? So in case of real words, when we talk about the real exchange rate, तो वो उसको हम कहते हैं कि it is the price of a particular basket of domestic goods in terms of a basket of foreign goods. But if we talk about our model or the macroeconomic model, अगर यहाँ की हम बात करें कि हम क्या मतलब how we take real exchange rate, what we consider real exchange rate here in our model, जिसकी आज हम बात कर रहे हैं, जिसको हम सीख रहे हैं. So here the good जिसकी हम बात करेंगे is the output. There is just one good which we are talking about in our model in our today's class. आज की क्लास जिस पे हम बात करें, जो commodity है, जो good है, जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि real exchange rate जो है basically is the relative price of basket of domestic goods in terms of a basket of foreign goods, right? But यहाँ पे आज जो अपने मॉडल की हम बात करें, मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक मॉडल की बात करें, यहाँ पे एक ही प्रोडक्ट है, एक ही गुड है, एंड विच इज आउटपुट. सो वी कैन से दैट ई इज द रिलेटिव प्राइस ऑफ वन कंट्रीज आउटपुट इन टर्म्स ऑफ अदर कंट्रीज आउटपुट. तो जब हम ये कहते हैं कि हमारी प्रोडक्ट जो है, हमारी जो गुड है, एक ही गुड है विच इज आउटपुट, तो उसके बाद हम ये कह सकते हैं दैट द रिलेटिव प्राइस that real exchange rate is the relative price of one country's output in terms of the other country output. Now we try to relate the concept of real exchange rate with net exports. How NX or net export depends on E. What is the relationship between the real exchange rate and NX? Because you know NX क्या है? NX is the difference between exports and imports. Now exports of goods and services and imports of goods and services, right? Those, and in real exchange rate we are talking about the price of goods and services in terms of domestic country, in terms of prices of the foreign countries, right? So we'll try to link up these two concepts, how NX depend on real exchange rate in the economy. क्या relationship है between the net exports of an economy and real exchange rate? इनमें क्या ताल्लुक है, क्या relationship है? So how NX depends on E. Now increase in real exchange rate, जब real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो what happens? जब real exchange rate बढ़ता है तो US goods which is the domestic country good, उसकी जो एशिया हैं, उसकी जो goods हैं become more expensive relative to the foreign goods, relative to the Japanese good. Japanese here in our this today class, Japan is the foreign country, US is the domestic country. So if there is an increase in real exchange rate, right, US goods will become more expensive than Japanese goods. So what will happen to the exports of US economy, which is the domestic country? उनकी exports कम हो जाएंगी, imports बढ़ जाएंगी. जब exports कम हो जाएंगी, imports बढ़ जाएंगी, तो what will happen to the net exports? Net export definitely will go down. So if real exchange rate goes up, real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो net export में कमी वाक़ई. So we can conclude and we can say that there is an inverse relationship between real exchange rate and net exports of the country or net exports of an economy, and vice versa. And suppose if real exchange rate goes down, what will happen? The price of US goods or the US goods will become less expensive or inexpensive, सस्ती हो जाएंगी, which is domestic country, right? So what will happen? The exports of US economy, which is a domestic country here in our example, उसकी exports में इजाफा हो जाएगा और imports में कमी वाक़ई हो जाएगी. तो when we have more exports, less imports, तो NX will go up. Net exports will go up. So we have seen that there is an inverse or negative relationship between real exchange rate and net exports of the country or an economy. अगर real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो net exports में कमी वाक़ई होती है. अगर real exchange rate में कमी वाक़ई होती है तो real exchange rate में इजाफा वाक़ई होता है. This is the relationship between real exchange rate and net exports of the country. We'll try to see this relationship in the terms of diagram also. Now we can write the equation that net exports depends on real exchange rate, and we have seen that the relationship between net exports and real exchange rate is negative, is inverse. जब real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो net exports में कमी वाक़ई होती है और real exchange rate में कमी वाक़ई होती है तो real net export में इजाफा होता है. So we have a negatively sloped NX curve for the US economy because US is the domestic country here, and we are comparing the domestic country with the foreign country, which is Japan. So if you see in this diagram, on y-axis we are measuring the real exchange rate, the price of domestic good in terms of foreign currency, and on x-axis we are measuring the net exports of the domestic country, of the US economy. And you can see that if you take any point on this curve, which is negatively sloped curve, NXE curve, suppose E1, if you look at E1 is the exchange rate which is lower comparatively. So जब E1 or the real exchange rate is lower, so relatively the US goods are inexpensive, exports ज़्यादा होंगी, तो you can see that NX are less. But suppose real exchange rate is somewhere here, right? If this is the real exchange rate from E1 to E2, so what is going to happen? At this point, you can see that when E goes up from E1 to E2 or E0 to E1, so at a higher real exchange rate, what will happen? US goods will become expensive for Japanese, right? For Japan, right? So their exports will be less, imports will be more, right? So net exports will go down. It's come down from an XE1 to an XE2, right? So as long as this real exchange rate goes up, net exports will go down, and if real exchange rate goes down, net export will go up. So there is an inverse relationship between US net exports and real exchange rate. So US net export will be high in case when we have low interest rate, but when E is relatively low, US goods are relatively inexpensive and exports will be high, imports will be less, so net export will be high, so trade balance will be in surplus. But when you have more exports, less exports, more imports, trade balance will be in deficit. So this was the relationship between the real exchange rate and the net exports of a country. तो any country, मतलब यहाँ पे तो हम US इकोनॉमी की बात कर रहे हैं, आप जो है if we talk about Pakistan and if we talk about the real exchange rate, तो उसको भी आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं कि अगर रियल एक्सचेंज रेट में इजाफा होता है तो what will happen to the पाकिस्तानी goods, पाकिस्तानी एक्सपोर्ट्स will become expensive. जब पाकिस्तानी गुड्स जो है एक्सपेंसिव हो जाएंगी तो उनकी एक्सपोर्ट्स में कमी वाक़ होगी, इंपोर्ट्स बढ़ेंगी, तो the trade balance of Pakistan economy will be in deficit, right, at a higher exchange rate. But if exchange rate is lower, right, Pakistani products goods will become less expensive, so their exports will be more, imports will be less, so difference will be positive, so net exports will be positive or it will go up and trade balance will be in surplus, right? So we have seen that if you take the example of any economy, the relationship between the real exchange rate and the net exports of the country is negative. If one goes up, if real exchange rate goes up, net exports will go down. If real exchange rate will go down, net exports will go up. We'll continue this with you can see that if the real exchange rate is very high, if it is supposed to E2, जैसे कि आपको नज़र आ रहा है, उसी तरह सेम डायग्राम है, वाई एक्सिस पे हम रियल एक्सचेंज रेट मेजर कर रहे हैं, एक्स एक्सिस पे हम नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स ले रहे हैं, एंड वी हैव टेकन एन एग्जांपल ऑफ a very high exchange rate at E2. So if you look at E2, what is happening at high level or high enough value of E, US goods become so expensive that we export less than imports, right? तो US goods या domestic country की जो अशिया हैं वो इतनी महंगी हो जाती हैं कि उनकी exports में कमी वाक़ हो जाती है. जब exports में कमी वाक़ होती है, imports उसी level पे रहती हैं, तो trade balance क्या होता है? Trade balance जो है is in deficit. Now, so we have learned about the nominal exchange rate and real exchange rate. We'll see that how E, which is the real exchange rate, is determined in the economy. किस तरह से इसको determine किया जाता है? What are the factors? What are the parameters? What are the variables? कौन से factors हैं जो कि इसको determine करते हैं? तो उसकी बात अभी हम करते हैं. If you remember in the previous class, जैसे कि मैंने शुरू में आपको बताया, हमने repeat किया, accounting identity जो हमने बनाई थी, जैसे कि मैंने कहा था कि net export is equal to saving minus investment. Net export is equal to the net capital outflow. So these are the two sides of the same coin, right? So both of these two markets depend on each other, right? एक में तब्दीली आती है तो दूसरी मार्केट को वो इफेक्ट करती है, right? So this is the accounting identity in case of open economy, and which is NX is equal to saving minus investment. We saw earlier how S and I is determined, S minus I is determined, how net capital outflow is determined. ये हमने बड़ी डिटेल में हमने डिस्कस किया था कि what are the factors, what are the variable जो कि determine करते हैं saving minus investment को. Saving हमने ये कहा था कि saving depends on the output in the economy, investment depends on the rate of interest in the economy, right? So these are the factors which determine saving and investment. Now saving depends on domestic factor like output, फिजिकल पॉलिसी वेरिएबल एंड सो मैनी अदर फैक्टर्स. अगर आउटपुट में इजाफा होता है किसी इकोनॉमी में तो सेविंग में भी इजाफा होगा। फिजिकल पॉलिसी पे कैसे डिपेंड कर सकती है? एज वी नो दैट इफ द गवर्नमेंट there are two parameters of fiscal policy, government spending and revenue. So if government revenues goes up and spending go down, तो गवर्नमेंट जो फिजिकल बजट जो है वो सरप्लस में होगा और सेविंग में इजाफा हो जाता है। इसी तरह अगर the government budget is in deficit, by deficit we mean that it has more expenditures, more expenses than its income, right? जब उसकी इनकम से खर्चे ज़्यादा होंगे, रेवेन्यू से खर्चे ज़्यादा होंगे, तो बजट क्या होगा? डेफिसिट में होगा। एंड इट विल इफेक्ट द सेविंग ऑफ द इकोनॉमी, सेविंग्स जो है वो कमी। तो दीज आर द फैक्टर विच आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल ऑफ अफेक्टिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट। आउटपुट भी इफेक्ट करती है, अगर आउटपुट ज़्यादा होती है इकानमी में, ज़्यादा चीज़ें प्रोड्यूस होती हैं तो सेविंग में इजाफा होता है। अगर आउटपुट में कमी वाक़ होती है तो सेविंग में भी कमी वाक़ हो जाती है। फिजिकल पॉलिसी कैन आल्सो इफेक्ट, monetary policy can also affect the level of saving in the economy. So this is how saving can be determined. Similarly, we have seen that I is determined by the word interest rate. So since we are talking about the open economy, not closed economy, so investment, whether it is domestic investment or it is a foreign investment, it is depending on foreign interest rate and it is negatively rated। अगर foreign interest rate बढ़ता है, इन्वेस्टमेंट में कमी वाक़या होती है, अगर फॉरेन इंटरेस्ट रेट में कमी वाक़या होती है, इन्वेस्टमेंट में इजाफा। तो so E adjusts to ensure that, so we can say that we rewrite that equation nx, which is now depending on the real exchange rate, is equal to S bar, where S is given and I is depending on the rate of interest. So we can rewrite the accounting identity here when we introduce the real exchange rate, और हमने ये कहा कि real exchange rate और nx का जो है negative relationship है। So nx is depending on the real exchange rate in the economy, which is E. nx E is equal to S bar, level of saving is given, we consider given in the economy, and minus investment, which is that depend on the word interest rate. So interest rate basically adjusts the saving and investment in the country. Now we'll try to explain by using that equation, by using the national account identity, जिसकी अभी हमने बात की, NXE is equal to S bar minus IR star. IR star is the word interest rate and S bar is the level of saving which is given in the economy, and NXE is the exports which are depending on real exchange rate. तो हम देखते हैं कि graphically देखते हैं कि how real exchange rate is determined in the economy. On y-axis we are measuring, we are taking or considering real exchange rate in the economy. On x-axis we are measuring the net exports of the country, net export of the economy. As I told you that savings are given in the economy and interest rate, as we शुरू में मैंने आपको बताया था, the word economy is very small economy. So by small economy जब हमने बात की थी तो हमने ये कहा था कि इंटरेस्ट रेट जब एक स्मॉल ओपन इकोनॉमी होती है तो इंटरेस्ट रेट, जो वर्ड इंटरेस्ट रेट है, इन्वेस्टमेंट को इतनी ज़्यादा इफेक्ट नहीं करता. सो वी हैव ए गिवन level of savings in the economy and investment, and that's why we have vertical supply curve, a vertical saving and investment curve, that is the net capital outflow curve. And we have the other side of the equation, we have nx, जो कि अभी हमने previous slide में हमने देखा कि जो net exports और E का जो relationship है वो negative है, inverse है, so we have a negatively sloped nxe curve. Both are these two curves are intersecting each other at a point, right? जहाँ पे ये दोनों intersect करते हैं, जहाँ पे net exports is equal to saving minus investment, यहाँ पे दोनों आपस में बराबर होते हैं, that determines the real exchange rate in the economy. So neither S nor I depends on E, so the net capital outflow curve is vertical. तो दोनों जो हैं सेविंग और इन्वेस्टमेंट रियल एक्सचेंज रेट पे डिपेंड नहीं करती, given है economy में, savings are given, investment is depending on the world interest rate. So दोनों depend नहीं करती, जिसकी वजह से हम ये कह सकते हैं कि जो saving investment curve है, which is the net capital outflow curve, is given and vertical. E adjust net exports in the economy, which with net capital outflow, it means that real exchange rate जो है adjust करता है नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स को टू इक्वेट विद द नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो, जहाँ पे ये दोनों आपस में बराबर होते हैं. इट कीप एडजस्टिंग नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री, नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ द इकोनॉमी, एंड until the point where NX is equal to the saving minus investment, which is net capital outflow. तो जहाँ पे NX is equal to saving minus investment are where net exports of the country, which is US here in this case, in domestic country, when net exports of the US economy is equal to the net capital outflow of the US economy, that determines the real exchange rate in the economy, and that is the point where we can say that E is determined, where NX is equal to S minus investment, which is the net capital outflow. Now here we will talk about in terms of supply and demand in the foreign exchange market. So what is the supply, what is the demand in a foreign exchange market? अगर हम बात करना चाहें, क्योंकि if you remember शुरू में जब हमने ये कोर्स शुरू किया था, मैंने आपको बताया था कि जब भी आप किसी मार्केट की बात करते हैं, whenever we talk about a market, whether it is a goods market, whether it is a labor market, whether it is a financial market, whether it is an open market economy, any market, if we talk about the exchange rate market, so if we talk about any market, immediately हमारे चीज जो ज़हन में आती है, that is the demand and supply of in that particular market. What would be the supply? What would be the demand? So since here we are talking about the foreign exchange market, the foreign exchange market की जब हम बात करते हैं, we need to talk about the supply of exchange rate and the demand of exchange rate. Now demand क्या चीज होगी? What is the demand of foreign exchange? Foreigners need dollars to buy US net exports. That is the demand of the foreign exchange, right? For example, in this here, यहाँ पे जो हम बात करें, Japan is the foreign country, US is the local country or the domestic country. So when Japanese or Japan depend for a dollar, US dollar, to buy goods, to buy US net exports, that is the demand of foreign exchange, the demand of dollars. And what is the supply? The net capital outflow, S minus I, is the supply of dollars, right? Because the difference between saving and investment in the US economy determine the supply of US dollar in the foreign market. अगर savings ज़्यादा होती है investment से, तो dollar supply ज़्यादा होगी. अगर saving कम होती है than investment, तो supply कम होगी. So हमने क्या कहा कि when we talk about the demand of dollars or demand of a currency in foreign market, it is the demand of foreign country, which is Japan here, to buy US net exports, to buy net export of US economy. When they demand dollars to buy net export of US economy, it will become their demand of dollars by Japan. Supply क्या है? The net capital outflow in the US economy, which is the difference between saving minus investment. अगर हम ये कहते हैं अगर savings ज़्यादा है, if savings are greater than investment, then हम ये कहते हैं कि जो net capital outflow है वो positive है, country is net lender और supply ज़्यादा होगी. And if savings are less than investment, country is net borrowers, so then supply is less. So demand of dollar is by the foreign country, supply of the dollar is by the domestic country, which is US. So if we look at the graph, on y-axis again we are measuring the real exchange rate, on x-axis we are measuring the net exports. We have net exports curve which is negatively sloped. जो कि आपको नज़र आ रहा है. एज वी नो दैट नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स डिपेंड ऑन रियल एक्सचेंज रेट एंड द रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन दीज टू पैरामीटर्स, बिटवीन दीज टू वेरिएबल विच इज़ द नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स एंड रियल एक्सचेंज रेट इज़ नेगेटिव. अगर रियल एक्सचेंज रेट में इजाफा होता है तो नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स में कमी वाक़ई. हाउ? व्हेन रियल एक्सचेंज रेट गोज़ अप, the goods of domestic country which is US will become expensive and exports will go down, imports will go up, so net exports will go down. If real exchange rate में कमी वाक़ई होती है, so the goods become less expensive or inexpensive. So exports में इजाफा होता है, imports में कमी वाक़ई होती है, तो difference between export and imports is positive, trade balance is surplus, so NX will go up. So we have a negatively sloped NX curve. Saving and investment at the curve, net capital outflow curve is given because savings are given in the economy, investment is depending on the world interest rate, and economy is very small, open economy. And we have said that, हमने ये कहा, हमने discuss किया कि if the economy is small and it is open economy, then the world interest rate does not affect much to the investment in the country, in the economy. So we have vertical given net capital outflow curve, जहाँ पे ये दोनों curve intersect करें, that determines the real exchange rate in the economy. So this is the demand curve of a currency which is downward sloping, and supply curve is given to us. So where demand and supply intersect each other, that determines the real exchange rate in the economy. Now we'll try to see that how four different experiments, जिस तरह के हमने 4 एक्सपेरिमेंट पिछली क्लास में भी हमने डिस्कस किया था, how those 4 experiments affect the foreign exchange market, how it affects the real exchange rate in the economy, how it affects the net exports in the economy. We'll talk about those 4 experiments now. What are those 4 experiments? Fiscal policy at home, how fiscal policy at the domestic country, which is US, affects the exchange rate and net exports of the country. Fiscal policy abroad, for fiscal policy of the foreign country, how the expansion or the contraction in fiscal policy of a foreign country affect the exchange rate, affect the net exports. We'll see that. And how increase in investment demand, if there is change in investment demand in the country, which is the domestic country, how it affects the real exchange rate in the market, in the world market, in the foreign market, and how it affects the demand or the supply of goods and services in the foreign market. And the fourth experiment जिसकी हम बात करना चाह रहे हैं, trade policy to restrict import. If governments, different economies, different countries introduce different trade policy which restricts imports, how it affects the real exchange rate and how it affects the exports, imports of economy. First of all, we'll talk about the fiscal policy at home. Fiscal policy at home means a fiscal expansion. Now, when fiscal expansion means reducing national saving, fiscal expansion means more spendings. Please keep in mind, fiscal policy के दो tools हैं, दो sides हैं. On one side we have spending, on the other side we have revenue. Now, by fiscal policy expansion mean, by expansionary fiscal policy mean that increase in revenue, increase in expenditure, and decrease in revenue. So if increase in expenditure reduces national saving, सेविंग में कमी वाक़ई होगी, नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो में भी कमी वाक़ई, जब सेविंग्स में कमी वाक़ई होगी, जो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो है दैट इज इक्वल टू डिफरेंस बिटवीन सेविंग माइनस इन्वेस्टमेंट, तो उसमें भी कमी वाक़ई हो जाएगी. एंड द सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर, सो व्हेन नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो विल गो डाउन, तो सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर में क्या होगा, कमी वाक़ई होगी, राइट. सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर इन द फॉरेन मार्केट विल गो डाउन, causing the real exchange rate to go up. When real exchange rate go up, तो क्या होगा, हमने ये देखा कि जब real exchange rate बढ़ता है open economy में in the foreign market, तो what will happen, the goods of the domestic country which is US here in our example, तो जब real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो net exports में कमी वाक़ई होती है because of the price of goods in the international market will go up. तो इसी चीज को हम एक्सप्लेन करते हैं with the help of a diagram. If you look in the diagram given in front of you, initially we have net export curve which is downward sloping, and हमने इसको explain किया कि why it is downward sloping. Supply curve of dollar is given, demand curve is downward sloping, and demand supply curve is given is vertical. So both of these two curves intersect each other at a point, and we can name this, suppose this is point A. So both of these two curves intersect each other at a point A. Now at point A, the real exchange rate is E1, net exports are NX1. Now what we have said that how fiscal policy at home, at the domestic country, affects both real exchange rate and net exports of the country. Now suppose there is fiscal expansion in the country. Fiscal expansion means more expenditure, less revenue. What will happen? So saving में कमी वाक़ई होगी. जब saving में कमी वाक़ई होगी, net capital outflow में कमी वाक़ई होगी, the curve will shift. जो saving और investment और net capital outflow का curve है वो inward shift हो जाएगा. जब inward shift हो जाएगा, now this new curve of supply of dollar is intersecting the net export curve at point B. Now at point B, what is happening? Real exchange rate goes up from E1 to E2. Net export will go down from NX1 to NX2. So what we have seen that if a domestic country adopt expansionary fiscal policy, यानी कि उसके अखराजात बढ़ जाएं उसके रेवेन्यू से, तो क्या होगा वर्ल्ड मार्केट में? रियल एक्सचेंज रेट बढ़ जाएगा. जब रियल एक्सचेंज रेट बढ़ेगा तो व्हाट विल हैपन टू द नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स? नेट एक्सपोर्ट में कमी वाक़ई हो जाएगी. तो दिस इज द इफेक्ट ऑफ fiscal policy at home, or specifically the expansion effect of expansionary fiscal policy at home. Now fiscal policy abroad. How fiscal policy abroad or fiscal policy of the foreign country affect the exchange rate and net exports of the country? An increase in rate of interest reduces investment. जब रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में इजाफा होता है तो व्हाट विल हैपन? इन्वेस्टमेंट में कमी वाक़ई होगी. इंक्रीजिंग नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो. जब इन्वेस्टमेंट में होगी तो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो क्या होगा? बढ़ जाएगा, यानी सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर बढ़ जाएगी. जब सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर बढ़ेगी, व्हाट विल हैपन? causing the real exchange rate to go down and to increase the net exports of the country. We'll see this in this diagram. On y-axis we are measuring net exchange rate. On x-axis we are measuring net exports of the country. NX is the net export curve depending on E, and IS1 minus IR1 is the supply curve of dollar. Both of these two curves are intersecting at a point. At point A, supply of dollar intersect demand of dollar, and we determine the real exchange rate in the world market, which is E1, and exports are NX1. Now what will happen if there is increase in the world interest rate R star? जब R star बढ़ता है तो इन्वेस्टमेंट में कमी बाकी. जब इन्वेस्टमेंट में कमी बाकी होती है तो नेट इंक्रीज इन फंड नेट, जब इन्वेस्टमेंट में कमी होगी, सेविंग सेम रहे या बढ़ जाएं तो डिफरेंस जो है वो पॉजिटिव होगा. तो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो में इजाफा हो जाता है. जब नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो में इजाफा होता है यानी कि सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर बढ़ती है. जब सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर बढ़ेगी, द सप्लाई कर्व विल शिफ्ट राइटवर्ड. जब सप्लाई कर्व राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट करता है तो दिस इंटरसेक्ट द डिमांड कर्व ऑफ डॉलर एट सम पॉइंट विच इज पॉइंट B. Now what is happening at point B? Point B, exchange rate goes down from E1 to E2 and net exports goes up from NX1 to NX2. So we have seen that fiscal policy abroad or fiscal policy of the partner country or of the foreign country can affect the real exchange rate in the world market, which in turn affect the net exports of the economy or net exports of the country. थर्ड जो एक्सपेरिमेंट है जिसकी हमने बात की, increase in investment demand. So if there is increase or change in investment demand, what will happen? जब इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ेगी तो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो में कमी वाक़या होगी. जब नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो में कमी वाक़या होगी, यानी कि सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर में कमी वाक़या होगी, तो सप्लाई कर्व लेफ्टवर्ड शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. जब सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर में कमी वाक़या होती है तो नेचुरली एक्सचेंज रेट बढ़ जाता है. जब एक्सचेंज रेट बढ़ता है, दैट रिजल्ट्स द डिक्रीज इन नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ द कंट्री. इसी चीज़ को हम एक्सप्लेन करते हैं इस डायग्राम के जरिए. वी हैव ऑन वाई एक्सिस, अगर आप देखें तो सेम चीज़ मेजर करें, विच इज़ रियल एक्सचेंज रेट. ऑन एक्स एक्सिस वी आर मेजरिंग नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स. We have the demand curve of dollar, which is NX curve, which is negatively sloped. We have a supply curve of dollar, which is S1 minus I1. Both of these two curves are intersecting at each other at a point A. Now what is happening at point A? Here supply of dollar is equal to the demand of dollar, and that determines the real exchange rate, which is E1. Also will determine the net exports of the domestic country or the local country, which is NX1. Now suppose investment demand बढ़ जाती है, increase in investment demand होती है, तो what will happen? जब investment demand बढ़ेगी तो the net capital outflow जो है उसमें क्या होगा? कमी वाक़ई, because net capital outflow is the difference between saving minus investment. तो जब saving बढ़े, investment बढ़ेगी तो जो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो है वो नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. तो नेट कैपिटल आउटफ्लो कम हो जाएगा, मींस सप्लाई ऑफ डॉलर विल गो डाउन एंड सप्लाई कर्व विल शिफ्ट लेफ्टवर्ड. नाउ दिस न्यू सप्लाई कर्व ऑफ डॉलर intersect the demand curve of dollar at some point you can say B. So at B, what is happening? When supply of dollar goes down, the real exchange rate goes up from E1 to E2. जब real exchange rate में इजाफा होता है तो what is happening? Net exports will go down from NX1 to NX2. तो this is third experiment कि जब भी किसी मुल्क में इन्वेस्टमेंट डिमांड में तब्दीली आती है तो that affects the net capital outflow of the country, net capital outflow of the economy, and which in turn, in result, affect the real exchange rate and net exports of the country, net exports of the economy. The last experiment जिसकी हम बात करते हैं, trade policy to restrict imports. Now if the countries, if the economies introduce such policies which restricts the imports of other countries, imports of the country, so what will happen? We'll see that any given value of E, an import quota means reduce imports, exports, net exports बढ़ इजाफा होगा, demand for dollar curve क्या होगा? Demand for dollar curve will shift rightward. तो what will happen? जब डॉलर्स की डिमांड बढ़ेगी, सप्लाई वही रहेगी, डिमांड बढ़ जाएगी, तो what will happen? एक्सचेंज रेट में इजाफा वाक़या होगा. एक्सचेंज रेट में जब इजाफा वाक़या होगा, trade policy does not affect saving investment, so capital flows and the supply of dollar remain fixed. So जब उसमें इजाफा होगा तो, लेकिन आप देखें कि जब सप्लाई में तब्दीली नहीं आ रही तो रियल एक्सचेंज रेट जो भी होगा, डिमांड की तब्दीली से नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स पे कोई फर्क, इकोनॉमी में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. तो इसी को चीज़ को आप देखें सामने हमारे डायग्राम में. ऑन वाई एक्सिस वी आर मेजरिंग नेट एक्सपोर्ट्स, ऑन एक्स एक्सिस ऑन वाई एक्सिस वी आर मेजरिंग एक्सचेंज रेट, on x-axis we are measuring net exports of the country. Original net exports curve is the supply demand curve is NXE1, supply curve is S minus I, which is given. Now both of these two curves intersect at a point, and then that determines the real exchange rate in the world market, which is E1 and X1, the net export of the country. Now suppose if country determine or apply a policy, trade policy, restrict the imports by import quotas, so what will happen? जब import quota NX क्या होगा? NX में इजाफा हो जाएगा. NX जब बढ़ेगा तो डिमांड कर्व राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट हो जाएगा. डिमांड का जो राइटवर्ड शिफ्ट है तो रेट मुल्क में क्या होगा? जब नेट एक्सपोर्ट में इजाफा हुआ तो रियल एक्सचेंज रेट विल इंक्रीज फ्रॉम E1 टू E2, जो कि आपको सामने डायग्राम में नजर आ रहा है। तो जब E1 से E2 में रियल एक्सचेंज रेट बढ़ता है तो नेट एक्सपोर्ट क्या होगी, प्रैक्टिकली तो कम होनी चाहिए ना, लेकिन हम अपनी एक्सपोर्ट्स को इंपोर्ट्स को रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहे हैं, एक इंपोर्ट को रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर रहे हैं बाय इंपोर्ट कोटा, बाय ट्रेड पॉलिसी। सो एक्सपोर्ट्स में इजाफा होगा और ओवरऑल कंट्री की इकोनॉमी में हालात बेहतर हो जाएंगे। सो व्हाट इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट? एंड चेंज इन रियल एक्सचेंज रेट इज पॉजिटिव, मींस by with the increase in demand of dollar, the real exchange rate will go up. Change in net export is equal to 0 because the supply of dollar is fixed. Change in exports, imports is negative because of the trade policy. So delta X, change in exports, will be less than 0. So which will cause a rise in the real exchange rate, which is very clear in the diagram, जो कि सामने आपको नजर आ रहा है कि real exchange rate will go up from E1 to E2. Now determinants of nominal exchange rate की बात करते हैं. What are the determinants of the nominal exchange rate? As we know that real exchange rate is equal to, so far we have talked about the determinants of real exchange rate, कि how real exchange rate is determined with the help of supply and demand of dollars हमने बात की. अब हम देखेंगे कि nominal exchange rate कैसे determine होता है. तो we start with the impression with the expression of real exchange rate is equal to E into P over P star. P is the price of domestic goods, P star is the price of foreign goods, E is the nominal exchange rate. Nominal exchange, if we rearrange this equation, nominal exchange rate is equal to real exchange rate into the price of foreign goods over price of domestic goods. So we can say that E, which is the nominal exchange rate, depends on the real exchange rate, and the price levels are at home and abroad. And as we know that each of them is determined by different factors. ये हम already देख चुके हैं कि the price of domestic country M over P in demand for real balances depends on the world interest rate and plus inflation and output level in the economy. Similarly, price of foreign goods depends on the inflation, foreign interest rate plus international inflation and output level in the international market in the world market. And E, which is the real exchange rate, is determined by NX minus is equal to S bar minus I bar. अभी हमने देखा कि real exchange rate is determined by these factors. Now we'll continue, and so nominal exchange rate is equal to E into price of foreign good over price of domestic good. So if we rewrite this equation, if we adopt the growth rate of this equation, अगर हम इस equation के growth rate निकालते हैं दोनों साइड पे, तो डेल्टा E over E is equal to, जब दो फैक्टर्स प्लीज याद रखें, मैथमेटिक्स का रूल है, जब दो फैक्टर आपस में मल्टीप्लाई हो रहे हैं और उस पर ग्रोथ रेट अप्लाई करते हैं तो वो ऐड अप हो जाते हैं. अब दो फैक्टर जब एक दूसरे पे डिवाइड हो रहे हों और उसका ग्रोथ रेट लें तो वो नीचे वाला जो फैक्टर है वो माइनस हो जाता है. तो उसी रूल को अप्लाई करते हुए वी हैव डेल्टा E over E is equal to delta E over E plus delta P over P star over P star minus delta P over delta over P. Or we can say that delta E over E plus pi star is the growth rate of inflation in world market of foreign country minus growth rate of inflation of the domestic country. So for any given value of E, which is the real exchange rate, if we suppose for any given value of E, the growth rate of E equals the change in, or the growth rate of nominal exchange rate equals the difference between the foreign and domestic inflation rates, right? So nominal exchange rate, the price of one currency in terms of other currency, is determined by the growth rate of inflation in the foreign country and growth rate of inflation in the domestic country. So E, which is the nominal exchange rate, is determined by the growth rate of inflations of the two respective countries. The last concept which we would like to learn in this class, today's class, and it's very important concept, is the purchasing power parity. Now PPP जिसे अब कहा जाता है, तो when we talk it's purchasing power parity. Now two definitions are given about this concept. It is a doctrine, it is a principle that states that goods must sell at the home, goods must sell at the same minimum currency adjusted price in all countries. So goods must be sold at the same price in the domestic country or in the foreign country, both at the same time. Or the second definition, you have the nominal exchange rates adjust to equalize the cost of a basket of goods across the country. So if these are the two definitions of PPP, purchasing power parity, it is a principle, it is a doctrine which states that the goods must be sold at the same price in all countries. Or we can say that the nominal exchange rate adjusts to equalize the cost of baskets. जो nominal exchange rate है वो adjust करता है cost of basket को domestic country की cost of basket को with the cost of basket in the foreign country. Now reasoning, what is the reasoning why we say that, and why the price of goods will be same in the two countries? What is the logic behind that? The law of one price, PPP, is equal to EP. If you remember, the nominal exchange rate is equal to P star over P. So E into P is equal to P star. P star is the cost of baskets of foreign goods in foreign currency. P is the cost of basket of domestic goods in terms of domestic currency. E into P, जो पूरा component है left side का, this is cost of a basket of domestic goods in terms of foreign currency, right? So if we solve this equation for E will be equal to P star over P. So PPP implies that the nominal exchange rate between the two countries equals the ratio of the prices of the country's price levels. Now if we use this if E is equal to P star over P, then as we know that real exchange rate जो हम किस चीज के बराबर है, real exchange rate is equal to E into P over P star. Now here just substitute the value of E, which is nominal exchange rate, which is P star over P. So P star over P into P over P star is equal to 1. So real exchange rate in case of purchasing power parity is 1. What it means that according to this principle of purchasing power parity, exchange rate, real exchange rate, which is the price of domestic good in terms of foreign goods, is 1. And that states that the prices of goods sold in two countries, which is the domestic country and foreign country, is same most of the time, especially in the long run it is equal to 1, it remains same. So by this doctrine, by this principle, the net exports curve is horizontal. As we know that the supply curve of dollar is vertical, and now the demand curve of dollar is horizontal. So E will remain same at NX at any point or any point on NX curve. So under PPP, changes in ISI have no impact on E, which is the real exchange rate, or the nominal exchange rate. So with the help of this diagram, you can see that supply curve is vertical, demand curve is also vertical. Both are the two intersecting at a point which determines the real exchange rate in the world market, which is equal to 1 under this PPP principle. So under PPP principle, we can say that the prices of goods in two countries are the same. Now, does PPP hold in real world? No, for two reasons. Because number one, there are some goods which are non-traded goods, like if we talk about haircut in Pakistan and haircut in US, we cannot export, we cannot trade this service, right? Similarly, transportation costs are included. if we trade between the two countries, and which is not fixed, which is keep on changing, right? So because of this reason, we can say that PPP does not hold true in the real world. Number two, goods of different countries are not perfect substitute, right? So if goods are two trading countries, two trading partners are of perfect substitute, then it is possible that PPP hold true between the two countries. But since goods of different countries are not perfect substitute, are not substitute of each other, so we can say that PPP does not hold true in the real world. But nonetheless, we can see that PPP is a useful theory. It is simple and intuitive. In the real world, nominal exchange rate have a tendency towards their PPP values over the long run, right? So it is a simple, easy theory to learn about the exchange rate market, and in the long run, it is possible in the real world that the nominal exchange rate can help to charge to sell the goods in two countries at the same price in the long run time period. So this is all about today's class. I will try to summarize in 5 minutes what we have learned today. We learned about exchange rate, where we have discussed the nominal exchange rate. The nominal exchange rate is the price of a country currency in terms of another country currencies. We have learned about the real exchange rate. It is the price of country's goods in terms of another country goods. And we have talked about the real exchange rate equals the nominal exchange rate times the ratio of prices of the two countries. And we have also learned that how real exchange rate is determined in the economy, how nominal exchange rate is determined in the economy. NX depends on negatively on the real exchange rate. Other things remains equal. The real exchange rate adjusts to equate NX with net capital outflow, right? So ये भी हमने सीखा. Lastly हमने ये देखा कि how nominal exchange rate is determined. It is equal the real exchange rate times the country price level relative to the foreign price level. So for any given value of real exchange rate, the percentage change in the nominal exchange rate equals the difference between the inflation rate of the two countries, right? And lastly, जो अभी हमने concept learn किया है, हमने सीखा है, that was about the purchasing power parity, right? So the selling of product or good at the same price level in two countries, right? So this is all about today. I stop my lecture, I'll finish my lecture here today. So we have done with the open economics chapter. Next class will start a new concept. I hope you have understood most of the concept. Please go back and read this chapter of open economy from the book. I hope you will understand all the concept. Thank you so much for listening for giving me patience hearings. Take care. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.